What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again from Server 1 representing ISC. Guys, that's right, no face cam again. My boy AJ for Days has come through, as you guys are all aware. 92k, neither got getting Kabuto or White Mask Madara. So he's come through again with another showcase video for me, and I'm going to actually cover Kabuto this time around. So you might be wondering, hey Payne, what are you wearing today? None of your damn business is what I'm wearing today. Right now, I'm just here to help you guys figure out whether Kabuto is worth having on your team or not. As you guys know, I've talked a lot of smack about him, but I'm going to highlight some good and some bad and where you can use him, and we're going to show you guys obviously an arena match that AJ's team is using, not mine. And let's get into the actual showcase. All right, so now AJ I think has him at 4-star currently, level 95 if I remember. Yeah, there we go, level 95. So I've asked him to kind of help me out here with all of his skills, so let's talk about that first. White Snake Assault, so deals typical damage with his power creep, decreases chakra to the enemy, decreases damage increase rate, and boosts damage increase rate by 13.88% for the 3-man cell, and boosts damage reduction rate by 19.88 for all allies of the 3-man cell. Now, I want to stop there real quick. A lot of people have been talking about the fact that he takes away chakra. That is very irrelevant because it takes 3 turns to do the chakra release. If you're looking for a chakra person to remove chakra from an enemy, first turn, this is not the character. You use Kisame version 1, you use Kisame version 2, or use Kovid Maru. That is what the chakra is about for the first turn. So you cannot take away instant jutsus. I want to clear that up because a lot of people have been asking me. So he's a 3rd turn jutsu character, alright? Outside of that, his jutsu is actually pretty good, so I will give him that. It actually does do decent debuffs on the enemy, alright? So his second skill obviously does poison, very typical of Orochimaru, and the fact that he's a T unit, he has HP up, that's also a very typical thing for a T unit to have. And then Orochimaru's power lowers attack by 14.82% and lowers all active enemies crit by 24.7%. Now, that's not a bad debuff. That's actually really good for Abyss, good in NWT, good for PvP. So overall, he's not too bad. Lowers all enemies damage reduction rate for the rest of the battles, actually really good. But that's very similar to what Sasori already does, right? So the reason why I've been kind of shitting on him a little bit, guys, is the fact that he's pretty much a remake kit for most every other character. So I don't really care much for him. But if you're missing, and I've said this beginning, if you're missing URs like him, you need a good debuffer, he's not bad. But he's also not the best debuffer out there either. So that's kind of why I've been calling him garbage. Because a power creep unit for a UR, he's probably one of the worst ones out so far, in my opinion. So that's my take on the actual character. Now, link bonuses, you need Orochimaru and Hebi, so 2 URs, Yamato and Tobi for the defense, or sorry, the HP. Or the defense, sorry. In the HP one, you need the new Madara, quote unquote, and the old school Orochimaru. So fairly, 3 URs is not too bad for nowadays. Stat wise, he's got a decent crit rate. He's got a decent critical damage rate. Everything else is pretty much jack of all trades. As you guys are aware, T units do everything pretty well. He wants to tell you the backstory. I personally don't care, so thank you AJ for that. So in terms of what this character is all about, he's a great debuffer, guys. If you're a brand new player and you're a mid-tier player, as an OG player, honest to God, I don't think he's gonna do much for you. I don't know. I've talked to many OG players, and I haven't heard one say, yeah, I'm gonna be using him as on a main team. Very rare. I shouldn't say. There's maybe 1 or 2 that I've heard, but they've got to prove it, right? So, anyways, as you guys saw there in arena, AJ put in Kabuto with his team. He's gonna fight Luck here, and now he's pairing him with Six Tails and Hebi in order to provide the debuffs. And you want to put him last, obviously, because he does do a 3rd turn chakra reduction with Sai on your team. So he will remove 2,000 chakra, and he can't stop 1 jitsu, obviously, if the person has jitsu or not, right? So let's go into this. You want to make sure he's last. All right, so now you get to see the skill too at the very least. So you will get to see a poison at 60% happen. So let's see, it might even end up killing him. Yeah, so he killed him. That poison is irrelevant now. So there you go. The animation looks really good though. I will say I do like the snake. It is kind of cool to see it actually on the screen. And when he attacks, it looks really nice. So I do like that. One thing I did not like that they didn't bring obviously with him was the whole reincarnation aspect, right? Like, he is the reason why the whole Great War, well, one of the reasons why the Great War started, and the revival of so many different shinobi, and his jitsu or his tribe with Madara or Tobi shows the fact that he's doing the reincarnation, but he actually doesn't reincarnate anybody. He just gives really good buffs and a decent heal at best. So that in that regard, it's kind of disappointing. So that was the reason I also was disappointed in this whole scenario, was you finally brought out a character that you could claim can revive, and you don't give him revive. Like that, it just blew my mind that happened. But again, overall, brand new players may like him. So here's the third turn that I was talking about. So somebody here has Jitsu. He will definitely stop somebody from doing a Jitsu unless everybody dies. So let's see what happens here. All right, guys. So I'm assuming Six Tails will probably kill 2 of the 3 units. Heavy will probably kill this. Maybe not kill the second one. But let's see how much damage AJ's does. And the thing to keep in mind also, his trait is really good for Abyss, like I mentioned. It will end up giving you quite the advantage in the, oh, there we go, 2 stuns. It's not bad. So let's see. I hate this. I honestly hate this animation because it looks like every other Covert Madara animation. There you go. So that's not bad damage. 239 on a D unit. So right now, all the opponents ended up losing damage increase rate, which is great, obviously, for a debuff. So places in Abyss, he's actually going to have some use. If you don't have units like him already, for example, Mitsuki, right, who already does that in his trait and also in his Jitsu, and is just a much better nuke overall, then you may want to use him again. So a lot of veterans won't use him because they have better. A lot of new players will use him because, hey, you know what, you're brand new. He's a UR with good debuffs, so you may end up liking him where he is in your team. So that's the thing with him. So for me personally, I would put him A tier, maybe A minus, depending where you're looking at. He'll be great for NWT. I will say that his trait will prevent you from getting one shot most likely, especially if you pair him with Mei, where she reduces Jitsu and then he can reduce crit and all that. So that will be kind of nice. But outside of that, guys, honestly, he's not really bringing too much to the table in terms of what he's going to provide you as a player. Again, unless you're brand new. So main uses for him, Abyss, and his artwork looks great. Like, I love the 3-star artwork. His 5-star artwork looks really good too. So AJ is going to show us the 5-star artwork here. I think the 3-star looks way better personally. I kind of wish they kind of kept the 3-star because it looks ominous, it looks scary, and at the same time, I'm tired of seeing the snake. I'm really tired of seeing that big snake right there. So I hate the hair on it. It looks like a mop top. Like, who the hell are you? Anyway, so yeah, I don't like the 5-star art. I'm a big fan of the 3-star art though. I think that looks really good. So again, guys, you know, a couple things you want to point out here. Is this 2-man tribe worth it? Yes, it is actually in Abyss. If you don't have a healer and you're looking to get yourself some good buffs, it's not bad with Madara, and they're a good pairing together because they're a good tank and debuff unit team. And you see AJ here is trying to show it right now. We talked about these in the Madara, White Mask Madara one, right? Like, we talked about this one here, which is actually the debuff tribe, the 2-man tribe, and the one below it actually ends up being the healing buff tribe instead. So pick and choose what's best for you. I think the healing one is much better personally, because you see it heals all allies, increases damage, all allies damage increase rate by a lot, critical rate by a lot, and boosts all allies damage reduction rate by quite a bit, and boosts all allies guard rate. So it does a full package. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Not a bad character, not the greatest character. Still think he's garbage in my opinion, but hey, we are where we are. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. This is Payne.